It's not the typical art gallery. We like to consider ourselves a space for artists to develop, artworks. We're based from Shanghai. Most of the artists are working from Shanghai, and I think it's a good example of alternative art space that actually survive and expanding. We have 5 galleries so far, but it's our own galleries. We're doing okay. We're surviving. We manage to pay the rent at the end of every month, so it's good. One thing that's very specific about Island6 is we make everything we exhibit. All the artworks, for this show, all the artworks are commissioned especially for the theme of the show. So the way we work is that we come up with a theme, and then we have a meeting between the art directors, the curators and the artists, and then we commission the artists to make artwork especially for this theme. So it's very challenging, very time consuming. Many headaches on the way, but very rewarding. And we will fit the profile of surviving while working within the team. It's very difficult, especially for artists. They have to put the ego out of the way, which is usually very difficult for artists to do.
在六岛创作这些东西、这些作品啊，然后。它是有一种活的东西在里面，好像是。LED， 它是可以通过 LED 和我这个画的画，然后结合在一起，有一种生动感。并不是说以前画的画它是死的，最起码是它有动态的东西在里面，给人家。 感觉上呀，还有一些内容啊，丰富一些。
He's talking about it's different for his own work because he's a painter, so he thinks it's mixed with Island6 collective with the LED display technique. It's always feel like not finished work. It's like always something different than just a face or just some object. And for him, it's more fun to work with Liu Dao than before, because before he know what he want, but now he just like follow the idea with the collective or something.
Everything is a collaboration, I mean, my background is music and sound, whereas we have painters, we have photographers, we have video artists, we have animators, we have everything. We have experts on everything. But in Island6, everything is a collaboration. Everybody has an input on every element. So although I write the music, everyone is allowed to point something out, maybe something I wouldn't have noticed or seen before because my background is very sound orientated. So I think it's very interesting in that sense that we have to learn to see a different perspective on what we usually would have seen on our type of work. So in the same way I get to have an influence on something more visual, which I wouldn't have had before. So it is very interesting in that sense.
So the artwork that you can see behind me is a pure LED artworks, actually. For this one we used 3 LED panels. Why? Because the LED light is very soft. That's why we use this material. We've been using it for the last 8 years. As you can see, the LED is not like video. Video is a little bit aggressive. LED light is very soft. So you can see these little dots. It's a kind of very pop effect. That's why we're using it. So this artwork would be more like a mixed media artwork. By mixed media, we can say that we use different techniques to make one and a unique piece. Here you can see that we have mixed Chinese traditional techniques and very contemporary stuff. By this, I mean that you can see the rice paper, the painting, and behind the rice paper and the painting, you have the LED background. The LED light will shine through the rice paper in one wall animation that will definitely fit the painting. So you have a whole story between the different media. Our goal is definitely this, and we've been doing this for the past 8 years.
This is an interactive sound piece, basically on using microcontrollers to control sound which is connected to a speaker. So if you can see, this piece itself works on shadow. So as soon as my shadow activates the sensor, it plays a sound through the speaker. So basically, it's an interactive sound piece. It's almost an instrument in itself. This particular piece we've set up to tune with Chinese traditional tuning. So you can see each number is allocated to a note on the scale. So sticking with Chinese traditional music, we move from 3 to 5 without 4 because the 4th note on the scale isn't used traditionally in Chinese, just like moving from the 6th to the 8th without the 7th. So it's traditional Chinese tuning and a very untraditional, very unusual electronic artwork. I'm from Ireland, so I'll play a piece called Danny Boy, which is an Irish piece. Well, I'll try to anyway, so we'll see. Okay. Okay, we'll play that much. That will do, I think, that's enough.
We came here for the marina. We didn't come here for Phuket. But once we came here, we went around with the artists to Phuket town, and we were really impressed because what you hear, if you look, do Google search about Phuket, what you found is not as cultural as the reality. The reality is a great town. I like it because it reminds me of Penang, and the fun way of Penang. It's very historical and it's full of cultures. If you really look into beyond the white sand beach and nightclubs and things, there's culture behind, and I like the link between the first Chinese settlements at the end of the 19th century, and the art we're bringing from Shanghai, and I thought writers and filmmakers always use the outsiders to describe something. It's always a very objective way of looking at things, I think. So why not?
Are you having problems with hot weather? The globe's heating up. Fans aren't cool enough. It's too warm inside your house. Chu2i Trading's your solution. We provide cooling systems with high standard installation techniques by qualified engineers. Cool your house by calling 086 470 2026.
Get down to Flying Hanuman, the island's most exhilarating adventure tour. Our tour will take you high into the trees where you will zipline over beautiful jungle and witness breathtaking views. Our eco-friendly tour provides the highest safety standards, equipment and professional guides. Anyone can join. If you want the ultimate adventure and feel like you can fly, then Flying Hanuman is for you. Call 081 979 2332 or visit flyinghanuman.com.